Eclipses have always fascinated the greatest minds of their respective generations. Philosophers, astronomers, writers, and, of course, the people who make cartoons. Solar eclipses have been a huge part of folk tradition and storytelling for as long as there's been, well, any of those things. And where people centuries ago would share stories equating eclipses to furious gods or reunited lovers, we in the modern era get a killer on CSI Miami who murders during an eclipse because he's allergic to the sun. There's also a side plot about wolf hormones. Truly, the golden age of television. But otherwise, eclipses have driven a path of totality right through our collective imagination. It can be an inciting incident for anything from gaining superpowers to landing a man-eating plant in Rick Moranis' lap. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, the heroes use a solar eclipse to make a gambit at their ultimate enemy. And Stephen King uses a solar eclipse to tie two of his books together. But perhaps the most famous eclipse story in pop culture comes from Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. The book sees a 19th century man transported back to medieval times. By remembering that a solar eclipse will happen around then, he's able to save himself from being executed and convince everyone he's a powerful magician. Now, that part of the tale is thought to be inspired by a real-life event where notorious colonizer and bad taste in hats haver Christopher Columbus did something similar to people in Jamaica, although it's worth noting that was a lunar eclipse. The story has been remixed and retold to death, with one of the most famous being through the lens of philosopher Bugs Bunny in 1978. You can lie to your own friends about being magic when a total solar eclipse crosses through our area on April 8th. For more folklore, science, and safety information, visit WTIU.org/eclipse or keep it tuned in to WTIU.
Production support comes from IU Credit Union.